Hello and welcome to another video from salesbug.com. In this video we shall be looking at Lian-Li's PC-C60 HTPC case. The case comes in a well-packed, colorfully printed box. The documentation included consists of an advertisement flyer for other Lian-Li products and a multilingual installation guide. The case itself shows a very minimalistic design at the face, something that will discreetly blend into the decor of a contemporary living room. Though with the features inside, it can be built into a powerhouse of a HTPC, as we shall see in this video. The front panel starts off with a black brushed aluminum surface with eSATA, USB 3 and audio ports along with two optical drive bays. The right side has two filtered vents for 140mm fans installed. The black aluminum surface continues at the back with 7 expansion ports, 2 thumb screws for the top lid. The left side has 2 vents as well, one for the power supply and the other one is filtered with room for an optional 140mm or 120mm fan. The top panel ties together the all-black brushed aluminum theme of the case. There is also a position for 140mm optional fan, which is very discreetly blended into the panel and is almost invisible to those who's not looking for it, making the case look streamlined and smooth to the touch. The top panel has thickness of 1.15mm approximately. However, the chassis itself is constructed out of a thicker aluminum measuring at 1.5mm approximately. In the inside, the 3 cages and the center beam all appear in silver. They are again constructed out of aluminum and each of them are removable. The bottom of the case is still in black, with the motherboard standoffs pre-installed. The top panel thumb screw has rubber padding. There is plenty of screws provided for various purposes along with the usual buzzer and some cable ties. There is also a USB 3 to USB 2 converter cable provided in case if it is needed. The cages are attached with 4 screws each, and it is best to remove the cages to install the motherboard and other components, as the space then becomes much easier to access. The rubber inserts come pre-installed for the hard disk drives. The cage itself is a stack of hard disk mounts joined by screws one on top of the other, thus can be added or removed as desired. Each of these segments also allow SSDs to be mounted. The cage for optical drive has room for 2 5¼ drives. The top space allows for the drive to stay hidden behind the aluminum panel. The bottom position has a removable cover. At the top of the cage there is provision for another SSD to be installed, bringing the total number of SSD spaces to 9. The center beam has thumb screws that allows the beam to be lifted to one side or the other or be completely removed. The I/O cables are also down to minimum, consisting of USB 3 connectors, SATA and HD audio. The switch and LED connectors are conventional. On the right side there are 2 pre-installed 140mm fan with 3 pin to Molex converter cable attached to both. On the other side there is the filtered position for 140mm or 120mm fan alongside the unfiltered vent for power supply. With all the cages removed and the center beam lifted, there is ample room to work. The CPU retention plate has to be installed before placing the motherboard in, as there is no access from the rear. Apart from that, installing all other components are straightforward. Amazingly, there was enough provision for a 27cm 2-slot wide graphics card to comfortably fit in. The CPU cooler used was also a dual fan tower cooler, and there was still enough room left for even larger cooler or a medium-sized water cooling system perhaps. The optical drive was installed at the bottom bay, yet there was good clearance from the RAM. Although RAM with tall heat spreader may get in the way of the cables. Crossfire or SLI can be done, but that will require one of the cages to be removed. With all the cages installed, the expansion ports will only have enough room for very small cards. There is not many features in the way of cable management, and with all the components installed, the case does look full. It is highly recommended that the optional left side exhaust fan to be installed, as that will aid in the cross ventilation. There is rubber padding on the top panel thumbscrew and rubber footing in order to reduce vibration that is caused by various components. With the full system built and running, it was fairly quiet. The sonometer picked up only a few decibels over the ambient noise, even at only 50cm distance. Overall, this is a unique and impressive case. With all 4 fans installed, cooling should not be an issue. If built up to its capacity, it will house massive storage space good enough to be a home file server, fast CPU with coolers as big as they get, and a graphics card with real grunt along with assortment of other components to suit individual users' need. With all this in place, it will no doubt be the heart of the most impressive of home theater. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Your comments and suggestions are most welcome. Hope to see you next time. Bye for now.